Dusty's still trying to figure it out.
All right. Well, good morning, Brad.
Good morning.
So, we teased this, right? Guess
For a couple months.
Guess who finally made it?
Finally.
All right, we're going to make some introductions. We have in studio / in the back of our shop before we open the one and only, one of our favorite vendors of all time, right, Brad?
He's probably top 30.
Okay,
No,
I'll take
he's
it.
top 10 for sure. All right,
okay.
so welcome to the episode 12, Armaan.
Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
So, Armaan, we're going to give you a minute just to tell us who you are, who you work for, if you want to.
Okay.
If you want to get some business from all of our followers.
Yeah, sure.
And how long you've been doing this, and just a little bit about yourself.
Sure, guys. Thank you for having me, first of all. And I'm sorry that I've taken a little bit of time to get over here, but
okay.
we made it.
It's okay.
So, my name is Armaan.
not okay.
I work for a diamond company called I.D.D. We do wholesale jewelry and diamonds.
Okay, before you go
I
on,
already know what you're going to say, Brad. Go ahead.
every time that we talk about I.D.D, what do we say, Dusty?
Yeah, you know me.
Oh, I see.
Anybody
You
get the
see?
reference?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I.D.D?
No, I have not. But now I'm going to do that.
Y'all with IDD. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
me.
you know me.
We will interrupt
Man.
you about 100 times today. So.
I want that, though. That kind of helps me flow a little bit, so.
Just with that, sales increase 20%.
Yeah,
Easy.
just the slogan. If you guys see the slogan next year, just act like you didn't talk about
yeah.
it first.
We
There's
definitely
no
did not talk about it.
More
there's
breaking
no
news.
royalties coming, no nothing.
How
We're
about,
used to that.
do you have influence with the higher ups at IDD to get us some sponsorship opportunities?
I could definitely look into that. Let's see.
That's what
That
we
sounds-
keep hearing.
That sounds like
People looking into things.
what people say before they never get back to you. I'll look into it. That's what I do
See,
with
I'll-
our. That's what I do with our customers. When they ask for something weird, I'm like, yeah, let me look into that.
They have some outlandish request, and you're like, yeah, let me find out. You just go put your phone down,
Yeah.
typing nothing away.
All right, so sorry, you're telling us about yourself.
Oh no worries, it's okay.
Now I hope you touch on this. This is not ageism, but
No, not at
you're
all.
one of our favorites because you're not over the age of 80.
Yeah,
So-
I'm pretty well below that. So I'm only 26 right now, about to be 27. That's the age drop right there.
Don't look a day over
Dang.
21.
Yeah, exactly. But I have a beard right now, so I look like 30 a little bit. So
28 at max.
okay, fine.
Y'all
I'll
can't
take
see
that.
Armaan, but just imagine typical Indian jewelry vendor. And that's what he looks like.
Exactly.
See, I get like Hispanic or like Persian too, so I'll take that.
I can see
It's okay.
Persian. I can
Yeah.
see it. Now
People
we're just
see-
staring at you now.
Yeah, now we're
Wow.
just looking at each other.
But
No one
nobody
can
else
see
can
it,
see.
but yeah, we're looking at each other. I'll send you all a picture of me too, just so you know what I look like.
Ooh, nice.
We'll put it as the cover for the podcast. But yeah,
Well,
so I've been
and
doing
we're
this
just
for
gonna
like.
we're just gonna AI the crap out of it though, just so you know. Oh yes, we are.
I'm gonna put like a crown on me, making me a prince or something like that. No, what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So I've done this for I think 4 years now. I've been with IDD for around 3.5, and my main job is just the main part of our job is going to the trade shows and kind of selling to the retail stores there, and just building partnership through trade shows. And then with that and a little bit of cold calling, we just are able to do like in-store meetings where, again, you just kind of build your relationship. You can bring the product. It's a little more focused when it's in the store because, like, you guys can actually go in your showcase and be like, oh, I'm missing this, I'm missing that, which Dusty does all the time. Because he doesn't realize he's missing something
Right.
until I'm here and he's like, oh, wait, I don't have that anymore. So
That's 100% what he does.
Exactly.
That's how I live my life.
yeah.
Yes.
And then through that, you just become friends with everybody. Like Dusty, I text almost on like a daily, bi-daily basis. Mac, the same thing. I Snapchat Mac sometimes. Snapchat Dusty
Episode
sometimes.
5.
And it becomes
Oh, yeah.
Props
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
Our first
exactly.
guest.
Shout out to episode 5. Mac and little Mac too now. He's grown up, learning
Yeah.
the trade a little bit. So
A little
I've been
bit.
hanging out,
Not much.
Not yet, not much. Yeah, he has a long way to go, but he'll get there though.
Long way to go.
Yeah. How old is he? Like 18?
Not is he 20? I think he turned
No,
20.
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, I think he's around
Oh,
20.
he's in his
I
20s.
think he turned
Okay.
20 recently.
Oh, okay. I
don't
didn't know. I wasn't sure, but yeah, that's a little bit about me. If you guys have any more questions,
No, that's it. All right.
That's
See you
a
later.
wrap.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. All right. Ding, ding.
You said something that made me think of something. I don't remember how we met. Was it just it wasn't at a show, was
I
it?
called you.
Oh, cold call.
I cold called you, which you usually aren't good, like very responsive to. But I think
No,
I
I'm not.
caught you off guard, and you kind of just maybe needed something that I had.
That
It
might
was
have been
in December of 2023. That's when we
It's been
started.
2 years.
Dang.
Feels longer.
You know what? It was like a lab diamond stud special. I know exactly what
That's
it was.
true. Yeah,
It was 2-carat lab diamond studs for
And now they're-
$850.
And now they're like, how much?
Now
are they?
you sell them for $850.
I wanted my money back on that.
Yeah.
By the way.
So, no,
Man.
you did a good job with them, but
Yes, it started with lab, which we're going to get into in just a minute because people have asked questions. But there was something you said that had me on train of thought. Now it's already gone.
yeah, it's long gone. It's not coming back.
But
Idiot.
so at that time when we met, you had only been doing this for like a year or so, right?
No, a few months. Like 8 months maybe.
So I was a guinea pig, huh?
Yeah, you were totally
Nice.
I was like, let me test everything on him, and then it ended up working. I was like, all right, let me just try this everywhere else. Didn't
you-
always work that well, but it was pretty
Nice.
good.
Do you ever email people, or are you just calling and texting?
So I usually email and then call and then bring up the email I sent and be like, I sent you guys
nice.
an email of a special we have. Just wanted to follow up, see if there was something you were interested in.
That's good.
Usually they don't even see my email, or they say they don't, but
Mhm.
I know like in the back of their head that they're going to look through their emails and just kind of
Yeah.
see something.
They're trying to pull it up while you're on the phone with them.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what I do anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Oh,
what
yeah, yeah,
usually
this
happens.
one.
I
Oh.
think I saw that. Hold on one second.
Yeah, and
I'll pull
then
it up.
it usually ends up going pretty well though. I have like a more laid back approach to things where I'm not very like persistent or like I kind of just tell you one thing. If you want it, you don't. It's okay. And the good thing about like the company I work for is they kind of back you up on that. Where it's like if there's something you want to send someone for them to try out and then take it back, they're kind of giving me
Oh.
the free reign to do
Nice.
that. Yeah.
No, I think the combination of I.D.D being so easy to do business with, partnered with, you're kind of non-pushy, and obviously it's easier to communicate with you than some vendors we deal with.
He's a chill guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
chill
that's
guy.
right. Just a chill guy. We have a couple that we really like because they all conduct business the same way. Like
Yeah.
I think millennials, and I know you're not a millennial, but I think if you're around 40 or under, I think you like conducting business in a more casual.
I would say 46 and under.
No, because 46
I'm
is
assuming
pretty
Brad is
old.
46 years
46 is pretty old.
Yeah, I'd say
It's-
after
it's not
45,
that old.
it's
It's not
after
that
45, what's left?
It's basically 45.
Brad's got a year experience of seeing what it's like to be old.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What's it like, Brad?
it's great.
Is it?
Yeah.
Also, did you meet Casey through me or
Yes, through
vice
you.
versa? Okay, so
So
maybe-
I think
maybe
I
she'll hear
met
this.
Casey like on Facebook, like Facebook Messenger. She just needed something, and I think you had recommended
Yeah.
me, so I had reached out to her, or you tagged me in one of her posts, and then I messaged her, and then now I've also known her for like 3 years now.
this is her public call out to.
Yeah,
we've invited her
Casey
on.
all over from Massachusetts. She's gonna come.
What is she saying, Brad? She's
Dude, I don't.
she's
It
playing.
changes.
She's like, I know, but then she
playing
kind
hard
of.
to get. She
you
wants
can-
to be here, but she wants you to kind of earn her
think-
position here.
I think she might have actually started listening to a couple episodes, so
Finally.
she might be hooked. I don't know.
She might be. Well, I'll get a message in a few weeks to be like, Armaan, I heard you calling me out on the thing.
Oh,
Like, oh, that
yeah, in
wasn't
like
me.
January.
Right?
No, we're gonna tell her as soon as we end this recording.
Oh yeah, then
Yeah, girl.
hopefully she'll tune in for that. But
Brad, you should pull out your phone and snap Armaan in the background with the mic.
She's going to be so jealous.
she
Oh,
will.
She's gonna want to fly down here and do it in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure by her it's freezing cold today too.
Bro, it's cold everywhere right now.
Is it? I didn't know that.
My phone's vibrating. All right, so we got a few listener questions, if you will.
Let's go.
And we're gonna start with we're gonna give you the old Walter Cronkite. Was he a serious journalist, Brad? You're older than me.
Yeah,
Who's
this
a
is
hard-hitting-
beyond Brad's age too.
Who's
Right?
a hard-hitting
Thank you.
journalist, Brad? Oh shoot, sorry, y'all.
We'll go with him.
Okay, sure. This is the toughest
Brad
question.
doesn't have the longest list of journalist
Dan
names.
Rather.
I'm about to Dan Rather this. Okay. So this is the hardest hitting question. We're going
Okay.
to start off, and they're all easy from here.
Sounds
How
good.
much? These are questions specifically for whenever we get a vendor on here.
Okay,
Actually, okay. Let's just do this one first.
just do it.
How much are y'all kicking yourselves in the butt about labs?
So much. Because it was one of those things where in the moment it was great. Everyone was making money. Everyone was doing like great volume, and it was like the new trend. So everyone was hopping on as fast as they could. Some a little slower, some a little faster. But then all it ended up doing was we just beat each other up all the way to the bottom.
Oh, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's just
That's
with
the jewelry
excitement.
industry.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just, I feel like it's just one of the fades, like the phases of the jewelry industry where we just kind of have to learn and adapt. But now it's to the point where we realize that it's not, you can't sell one piece at a time to kind of make the thing. You have to create like lines or products that
that's true.
you can sell multiples of, or you can sell a store, and then you guys can sell multiples of like forward, so you can make more money in the volume versus like the per unit pricing. Because with lab, it's like you can make 100% and make $50. So
Yeah,
it's like,
and that's what.
Right.
And so if I look at like our numbers specific, I'm just using obviously our shop as an example.
yeah, of course.
The sales numbers kind of didn't change. Early on, it was hard for us to sell nice natural diamonds.
Yeah.
Because we do the same thing in that side of the industry too, is race to the bottom, and everybody's trying to cut their profits smaller and smaller.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were having 2 or 3 decent sales a month in natural, and now we're having many more in lab. And so it's just kind of equaled out. So it's like we're kind of doing the same. But I think last year was I think it was October, we had like one just random big natural diamond sale. And outside of that, we're just making it up in volume, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it's been. It's been like the net sales number is the same, but it's like the units are more now, but you're still making the same amount of money, which is a little bit confusing. Just how to how to navigate and how to plan the next year going forward, because then you don't know where prices are going to be, and just figuring out if you're doing better this year or not. So that's where it gets a little bit tough for retailers and vendors like us to kind of figure out what's right, what's wrong.
It's crazy now to where, because the one thing that the big lab-grown diamond options are giving young couples is now we're doing way more custom work.
Yeah, that's very true.
And then gold's at an all-time high.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like the scales are constantly trying to balance out to where, and I think we talked about this, Brad, on recently. It's like gold diamond jewelry should to some degree be rare and precious and hard to obtain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we're kind of seeing like there was like a year or two there where it was just gold was cheap relatively.
Yeah.
Right.
Lab growns were going down, so it was like everybody could get big awesome rings at a pretty low price.
Exactly.
$2,000.
Yeah, it's crazy, and now we're seeing it's like, oh hey, I mean, I'm sure there's stores doing it, but it's like, hey, if I'm selling the custom ring, like we're almost at a point where we might offer the center lab for free.
Yeah, because it's not even.
And
like,
then
there's
and
no
then get your
cost to it.
get your markup, maybe get better markups on custom, which I think is what we're learning our lesson the hard way about that too.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happening across the board. Is just so our company used to be big in terms of bridal, like ready-made bridal, specifically for natural, just because we would have like the price points where you can retail at like 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. But that was for all sizes, like under 1 carat. And now you can make a lab for 3,500 with like a 4 carat center and still make more money than you would have made over there. So that's where we realized like the custom side of things has been growing so much that we're kind of trying to avoid the bridal space, except for just like the basics.
Yeah,
like the hidden halo. I know you guys make all day long.
That's exactly what we do in the
shank,
showcase.
all day long. So in terms of like intrinsic designs, we've kind of just stopped or pulled back from that because it's just turning it all into custom. Because now the budget's there. Even with gold going up, it's still like 5,000. They can make like whatever they want with in terms of lab diamond.
I think that's what's kind of odd to think about is, I'm just pulling out numbers off of my head, but it feels like 4 or 5 years ago, if somebody wanted a nice 1 carat natural and somewhat simple setting, you're thinking 5,000
easily.
Who is at the door, bro? Hold on 1 second. Oh, it's FedEx.
FedEx.
Never
I saw
fails.
the truck coming.
Is it FedEx? Yeah. We'll just keep talking. But I'm thinking like 4 or 5 years ago, 1 carat, it's like you're going to spend 5,000. Now, people are still spending the 5,000. Now it's just on a 4 or 5 carat lab because you need a much bigger custom mounting to hold it. So it's like, it's funny how like we're getting right back to where most people are going to spend about 3,000 to 6,000 on an engagement ring, right back to where it was before all this crazy stuff started.
Yeah.
Brad, did you get our what did FedEx bring us?
I don't know, something stupid.
Oh no, it didn't even look like a FedEx guy.
Yeah, it
Right.
didn't- it
I
didn't-
thought he.
Yeah,
I thought he pulled further up, so I didn't think we had anything.
I thought he was demanding we needed a watch battery this morning.
Armaan called it though. He was like,
I did say that
somebody's
yesterday.
going to stop by tomorrow.
This is what everybody loves about this.
Yeah, the timing's great always.
All right, so you guys did kick yourselves the butt in a little bit, but you know what? I mean, we won't beat the dead horse of lab growns, but I think they're here to stay, and I still think this is a much deeper episode that we could focus on, which we're going to in the future. But they're here. I still think it's the best alternative that we've ever had
By far.
and we're at the point now where people are like, it's funny because I never actually invested in one of the little lab-grown screeners.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm just going to wait. Maybe they'll go down less and less because it really hasn't been a big deal. But now it's to the point where, because our customers say, well, how do you know it's lab? And I'm like, well, if a 25-year-old girl walks in with a 5-carat, VVS,
Yeah.
That's ageism.
I don't have to run it through the screener.
No, there's no point.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Not to discourage people who should buy screeners because if you're buying and selling, but
Yeah, that is true. I feel like now is a good time to get a screener too because now it's like lab has been around enough to where those people that bought it maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago will come in, try and sell it or kind of trade it in or something like
Sure.
that. Where 2,
Yep.
3 years ago it wasn't really prevalent because it was like a recent purchase, so no one's really going to sell right away.
Sure. Yep.
But now it's to the point where like a divorce might have happened or engagement fell off and they're going to come back and try and resell it. So this might be a better time to kind of invest in those. Now, because I said that, the prices are going to go up. So sorry about that.
Well, I mean,
100%.
thankfully, it is a little. I get a little weird feeling when if we sold a lab to a customer and they come in and it's been like 2.5 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
and they come in to maybe get a service and I see them like, dang, look at that, look what we sold it for. But we've been really good since day one when they started. Of we're obviously a different shop than most. I mean, you go to a lot more stores than I do probably, but we're very shop oriented. And so when people are asking us questions, we're very honest about everything. We're just giving the information, and we're telling them, like, hey, lab's a lot cheaper, and the price is going to keep going down. This is the price today. In 2 years from now, it might be a lot cheaper. And so we would have those conversations. So, of course, do clients actually remember that conversation 2 years later?
Probably not, yeah. Or if they do, they won't bring it up to you
No.
and tell you that they remembered it. But
Yeah. One of the other questions is, how have the tariffs affected you guys?
oh, that's like destroying us.
Oh, God. Well, I didn't mean to laugh at that.
No, don't laugh at it. But it's okay.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I
Look
think
at
I think
'em.
overall, like as a country, it's like a good thing in terms of how much money like America is making. But specifically for like diamond business, it's really tough because as it is gold, you saw gold already jumped to 4,000 plus, so that was a worry. Then tariffs on top of that, and basically what that's done too is now the tariffs, because when it's going through customs, it just takes like a week or two just to get through customs to get here because of all the backup. Because now they have to recheck everything, they have to double check, they have to reject some things. We'll get like $1 million package in that they'll send back or they'll hold like, oh, we have to relook at this, and it's just your money's just stuck there. And then another thing about tariffs that's tough is that we have to pay everything up front. We still offer terms to all customers, and we're still going to continue to do that, but it's just a money squeeze because if you order like $2 million of inventory, you're paying 50% to 40% up front, just cash here. There's a check. Otherwise, you won't before you even see your merchandise.
Wow.
So that's become another thing just to kind of figure out, and having that balance of, okay, what are the tariffs going to be today? What's gold going to be today? And kind of figuring out pricing. That's been a little bit tougher in that aspect. Luckily now I think it's settled down a little to where the tariff, because at one point he had raised it to 15, then he did 25%, then he did 50%, and that was also when gold went from 3 to 35 to 4.
Ooh.
So we were like, oh my god, like what do we do here? But now luckily it's settled down and it's like the holiday season, so we have some kind of a system in place. But it was a lot of learning that we had to do to kind of figure out how to kind of go up along this and face it. But
yeah, I mean, even it goes, one of the words I'm looking for, it goes down the train. What am I?
Yeah.
It filters down.
filters
There we
down.
go.
Yeah.
So we're all dealing with it too. So
Crap
like,
rolls downhill. Is that what
there
we're-
you go. But it's like,
It's like a snowball,
here,
it just gets bigger as it goes down the hill.
because we're like on our end, people are selling gold like crazy.
Yeah,
and
that's so true.
It's not the same problem, but it's a different problem in the cash flow. It's like eating into cash flow, and you're trying to constantly figure out like how to stay ahead of it, not to get caught up in it. And it's another storm in the jewelry industry. So we'll weather it. I don't think I never get doom and gloom about anything, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
just you learn, you adapt, and you just keep on.
Can I ask you a question, Dusty?
Oh yeah.
No.
So,
It's not the Armaan show.
You can ask
Get
Brad.
your own podcast,
Why don't you ask Brad?
Brad's not going to
then-
answer me seriously, so I'm not going to ask Brad.
And then
I'm gonna
Brad
ask
can
Dusty.
relay it to me.
Okay, yeah. So he could ask you. No, my only thing was, so I've only been in the industry for like 6 years now. Would you say, since how long you've been in it, this is one of the weirder times, or like the more, I guess, bigger changes happening right now versus the last 10 years that you've been in it? Or has it always been kind of just something new that comes along that kind of changes the industry drastically? Because I'm not too familiar with like post, let's say 2020, what really happened in the jewelry industry. Was there a gold spike? Was there like a big natural diamond change? I know just from like my coworkers and stuff what they've told me, but I want to hear like from your side of the point. Is this like the biggest and most dramatic thing that's happened in the last, I guess, 20, 30 years?
Brad, do you want to touch on that at all? I have some things to say, but
I mean, I
don't
would
wanna-
definitely say the gold aspect of things going up had a much bigger, like the tariffs didn't really affect us. I mean, maybe they will eventually, but not yet. But yeah, definitely gold going up was, and definitely lab grown was seismic. What do you think, Dusty?
I think, like I said before, I've always been pretty good about not ever being doom and gloom. It's just not how I live my life anyway. So, if we're honest, Brad, like over the last, I've been open going on 10 years, and it's just like anything else in the news. You like see the headline, you're like, oh, and it causes a reaction. You're like, oh God, like what's going to happen? Gold went higher. Lab prices are falling, but then when you just take a step back and just look at your daily life, like the business coming in, it's like business just keeps on moving. And I truly think if you have good customer service, if you're doing good quality work, whether it be custom repairs, and you're selling things at a fair margin to make a living, but also not to rip people off, then like you just kind of weather the storm. Like I remember, Brad, at our old job when gold like went up to like 2,000 for the first time, and everybody was freaking out. That was what was that, like 2008, 9?
Yeah.
I don't even know, something like that.
Where did it go up from? Like 1,500 to 2,000, or just it did like a quick? Okay,
It went from like under 1,000 to like 2,000. I feel like fast.
Yeah, it was a big move.
Oh wow, okay.
And we worked for somebody at that time, and I remember going through it, and it was, but again, we were buying a lot of gold because people started selling it. And we were also a store that was very service heavy, didn't rely on sales. So it was kind of like nothing changed.
Yeah, it was just part of the game.
In fact, you might have got busier because people were, fixing, repairing what they had instead of buying new. And that's still why it's such a big part of our store. We're lucky in the sense that both me and Brad are bench jewelers.
Yeah, true.
And so even, I think it would be tough if we didn't sell anything, but we could almost survive without selling anything because we offer a service that a lot of stores are. It's harder and harder for stores to offer. So, I mean, to answer your question, it's just another thing, and we'll all get used to it. I mean, we know how the world works. Everything's going to always get more expensive.
Very true.
Yep, it'll level out, then it'll get more expensive. It'll level out, and that's always been the case. I don't think that's going to change.
And to that point, I think you guys are very lucky because you have two jewelers in house. Like some of the biggest stores that we work with, they don't have that because I feel like jewelry, like a jeweler, is like a kind of a dying trend. Even a watchmaker.
It is.
Oh, for sure.
So just having two gives you such an advantage because you have so much speed and just like convenience on your hand that a lot of the other stores kind of lack. And then we see it in JHJ and stuff. There's always people asking for bench jewelers, bench jewelers. That's like the number one kind of job title that people need help for. So I think that's a huge help for you guys to have just two people in house that are pretty good, I'd say, what they do.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
One of us is.
Dusty makes memes all day, so. But also going back, I think like 2020, like if you just watched the news or read the news, whatever people do now, you would think, because I don't think I was here. I wasn't here in 2020, and so I would just keep texting Dusty like, "Man, are you guys okay?" Like I'm expecting like the store to like implode.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we're having like the best year.
Best year.
So
Which
I
is-
think that it's kind of counterintuitive. A lot of times you expect the worst, and it's just
The best comes out of it
Yep.
somehow.
You definitely have to always be prepared. I always think about if I relied solely on selling merchandise out of the showcase, like I'd be hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not going to discount that, because if there's people, stores, employees that listen and they don't have a bench jeweler and they don't have a good one to at least outsource repairs and custom to, then I'm sure it's a little bit of a struggle.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like anything else. Like I saw yesterday, like Wendy's, they're closing like hundreds of
Yeah, I saw
Wendy's
that too.
locations. And me and Brad, we've talked about it, Brad. It's like some of these places, there was just so many. There was so many jewelers. There's so many fast food places. Like, honestly, it's okay if some of them close down. And that sounds bad, but like we need a little bit of a reset sometimes. So maybe that's what this is just
That makes sense.
a correction, you know?
yeah. There's a natural ebb and flow of all that.
Wow, that got fun, didn't it, guys? This kind of trickles into what we were just talking about. Some of these will kind of interweave, but it says, have you noticed a difference in sales since gold and metals became so high?
Definitely. It's just been because every product now that you would sell last year versus this year is double in cost and double in selling price. So the sales number, just overall net number has went up. Just because we specifically have a lot of product that's heavier in gold, like those flexi bangles, any tennis bracelets, tennis necklaces.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of gold value.
Yeah.
So even on the lab side, where the lab prices were coming down, like you said before, it's kind of evened out a little bit to where the gold has helped just keep that net volume number up. So sales per unit have gone up in terms of value, but the overall number is still around the same, just because the volume is a little bit less, because people are just buying less gold. Because on a retail store level, you don't go by the units that you're purchasing in like a purchase order.
Right.
You go by like, okay, I have a $10,000 budget. What can I buy? $10,000 last January, and this January it's half the products that
That's
you could
true.
have bought.
Right.
So that's kind of the basis we're seeing. So sales wise, it's still going really well. We had a great September, great October, but like you said, net unit numbers is just slightly going down a little bit.
Here we go. UPS now.
Oh wow, 2 for 2.
They all wanted to see Armaan.
2 for didn't see. They knew I was coming. That's why.
We keep joking. So FedEx is a hot mess around here. Every day we have a different driver, and but our UPS
wow.
guy has been faithful for like 6-7 years. Same guy.
Wow.
6.
Oh god.
Oh, Brad's
I'll
not that
right
old.
into
Huh?
that one. We all got he's got teenage kids.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
My 2.5-year-old, because they range from 13 all the way down to 2.
Yeah, that's true.
And so now they've got my 2-year-old saying, I have a video of him going 6, 7. I'm
Oh
like,
my god. You haven't made a meme of that yet, have you?
I have not.
Oh,
It doesn't
you have
really.
to. It's
some
the
of
perfect
that,
time.
Some of that stuff doesn't cross over. I should probably get more creative. You can always tell when we're busy around the shop based on what I
amount of
post and
memes.
how I post. I try to have. I don't have like a set schedule, but we have to be consistent, for the algorithms.
No, that's fair.
But I think maybe tomorrow or soon I'm going to post like some of the goals for this kind of channel, for the podcast, for the Instagram, and the YouTube and all that good stuff.
That makes sense.
So
I know why Armaan knew the UPS was going to be coming.
is it an I.D.D package?
It sure is.
Dang, I was going to ask you about that. The last package I got was a little light, so I'm still waiting on some stuff.
Dang.
Slow. I guess it was
Man.
tied up in tariffs, huh?
Yeah,
Fulfillment,
Tied up
man.
in customs.
Oh, those are the pendants, I think. Those are the little pendants.
Somebody asked, what is the next diamond-shaped trend?
Ooh.
Because he would know that.
Well, maybe he sees like a
So
spike.
already because of the whole Taylor Swift thing, which I know everybody's already talked about, so it's like kind of a dying topic even now. That already has taken off, like the elongated cushion.
Yep.
And then just like because of that, the overall old cut, old minor cut, antique cut, those kind of older style stones are coming back. And surprisingly enough, they're coming back in lab over
great.
natural. Although they are super cheap for the most part on the natural side, still in relative terms, the lab
Right.
is way cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
So I know a lot of lab like diamond wholesalers from India. They started cutting more old minor stones,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
old European cuts, and
That's awesome.
that's kind of the trend that I see coming back. I also see just because lab is such a low price point now, they can do like fancy cut shapes and kind of make their own shapes. So even we have a line of just different kind of shaped stones that you wouldn't normally see. Like
What's the craziest shape you got?
we have it's like a marquee oval mix with 100 facets.
Whoa.
So like there's
That's
I have
cool.
it. I'll show it to you after. It's
Nice.
like there's a lot of brilliance to the stone. See, like that and something in natural just wouldn't be possible because
Oh,
it would
yeah.
be so expensive to cut. You would need such a big, like
Yeah.
rough diamond to kind of make that happen. And if it didn't work, then you're out of like a lot of money. So that's the one thing. This, it's like you lost $100. It's okay.
Right,
You can
right.
move on to the
We'll
next
be
one.
okay.
Try again later.
Yeah, I'll try again later. So that's like the main thing I think this lab is gonna allow is a lot of these kind of unique shapes, unique cuts. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, people that make the initial diamond pendants that are just one diamond in
It's
lab.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And like that in natural is just not possible.
Yeah.
So it's gonna open a huge like horizon to different styles of diamonds and different jewelry that you normally wouldn't be able to make with natural. So that might be a point where people can take advantage of on the lab side of things.
I know we touched on it earlier, but I love lab diamonds for things like, because before lab took off and you had, if people wanted an alternative to gold and diamonds, they would do silver and CZ.
Yeah.
And it was like working on silver and CZ stuff is
Ugh.
like the worst.
Oh, can't imagine.
And so I'm at a point now where I think all these, a lot, there are manufacturers who just mostly focus on silver.
Mm-hmm.
And I've like asked the ones that can y'all just switch to all lab diamonds for everything? Like whether they're tiny, 1 millimeter or 5 millimeter, just all your silver jewelry, just put lab diamonds in it. And I know that it feels like it could cheapen the gold, but it really doesn't. It makes it so much easier to work on. We can retip prongs, we can size it, and it looks way better than moissanite and sapphire and topaz and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, it's still a diamond, so it's still going to last and still going to shine better.
Right.
Like a moissanite over time will just deteriorate in kind of the look and brilliance.
Yep.
CZ, we know, is not going to last more than like a year in terms of how well it shines. So, I mean, that's a great point to kind of add more into like the silver vendor specifically to kind of, and lab is at a place right now where it's so close to those, so they can, it's feasible for them to do it.
I would make a bold prediction. Do you think in the next decade, we won't even, nobody will be using CZs?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think
What you think,
it'll
Brad?
be.
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason. Because even the manufacturing process has to be easier with lab growns. Like having to set, 100 CZs is probably not a fun experience. So
It doesn't sound very fun, that's for
Definitely
sure.
not. And it's just the volume of production is just continuously still going up on the
Yes.
lab side.
Yep.
So at some point there will be more lab diamonds than there are CZs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
when it gets to that, then like you said, it'll just make more sense for them. Because like, hey, we can put this CZ in this sample and then replace it 10 times versus this lab, which will just stay the
Yeah,
same forever
sure,
and
true.
just keep that in there for the 10 times more money at that time. But it'll go longer.
yeah, absolutely.
I agree with that. I'm here for it. I'm excited. You got me excited about lab again. I
Yeah.
have brought that up to every vendor we use for primarily silver, and we have noticed they're starting to do it. But I'm like, y'all just need to commit and just make the full change. But I get it. It's going to take a little bit
There's
of
got
time.
to be some reason for them just to not want to, but I don't know that reason because CC.
I mean, it could be old stock too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that could
yeah.
be it too.
Yeah.
They probably have so much CC just sitting
Oh,
around.
yeah,
It
just-
it would be a waste.
I'm gonna hope for 5 years, but hopefully for sure in 10 years we won't even
Oh,
have
definitely.
to deal with CZs
I
anymore.
completely agree with that.
By the time we retire. And by retire, I mean die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of lab,
Dusty has 5 kids. He can't retire yet.
I'm not going to retire. I don't know. So I increased my odds. You guys laugh, but I have 5 kids. One of my kids could hit it big. One of them could be famous. One of them
You're
could
right.
be rich.
You're right.
God help, at least one of them needs to be, and then I can just retire off of that. And so if Brad's 2 kids don't hit it big, like he's screwed. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Any foresight on the lab versus natural dynamic heading into 5 years, 10 years, and even 20 years out?
I think
we kind of talked about it.
Yeah, it's pretty much natural is just going to go just like a less of a drop off than it has, but just like slightly lower every year until it's kind of, and then at some point it will find like a bottom where it's just because there's going to be certain people just that have in their family trend and certain areas of the country and the world that still would just kind of lean more towards natural, especially people that can just afford it. When they just, if you have like $1 million, making $1 million a month, it's like, do you really need to save a few thousand? So
Right.
that's kind of the trend. It'll definitely keep trending downwards. But overall, I think it'll still stay forever. It's not going to go
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah, I think so too.
I could see in a couple years though, like a pushback, like kind of people going back to smaller stones that are natural.
Yeah.
Because at some point people are going to be like, I'm tired of seeing all of these 3 carat
Hidden halos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all look the same, so let me get something different.
When was
point.
so like nobody, at least currently, like when's the last time anybody sold a 1 carat natural or lab? Like I can't remember the last time somebody came in and was like, I'm just looking for natural 1 carat,
Right.
you know,
Lab grown.
SI1,
Yeah.
something nice. There has been a couple times where people they get excited about the bigger lab growns, and then they like look at them like, that's a little too big. So we are seeing a little bit of people like they're not going. At first, it was like I want to do 2, I want to do 3, maybe a 4 came up occasionally, but now it's like
2 is the sweet spot. I
1.5,
Yeah.
2. Yeah, I don't want it to be too big. Anyway,
It's
I think
crazy how small 1 carat diamond is.
Oh my god, it doesn't even.
and that
it
was
used
like
to be
that was
the
the
bread
goal.
and butter. Yeah, that was like
Yes.
this is the perfect size for your finger. Now you put it on, it's like, oh my god, what is this?
You're constantly trying to source natural diamonds that are like 0.92.
Just to get the price point.
Gosh. Somebody, I think they must just be asking your personal preference on this one.
Ooh.
Colorless diamonds or colored diamonds?
So I recently have been a big fan of colored diamonds. I like kind of when there's like a different hue to the stone, because I feel like that kind of going back towards what you were saying about how everyone will always now have a colorless diamond and be like super bright, brilliant, big.
Yep.
I feel like having like a different hue or a different tone to the diamond, maybe either if it's yellow, brown, like a champagne, that is gonna like differentiate you from everybody else. Because if you have like an emerald, they have an emerald, yours is like a yellow and theirs is white, then like
true.
yours
Yep.
will probably get more eyes than theirs. And then even if someone in the same room has like a yellow diamond, it could still be a different hue of yellow.
Sure. Yep.
That'll kind of just be the differentiator for stones. So I really think the colorway, I don't know if it's going to work in natural, like how De Beers is doing the whole desert diamond thing. I think that's a tough push, because it's still, again, it goes back to the price point, because those same colors you can achieve on the lab side for, again, just way cheaper.
Right.
They will be more expensive than a white diamond would be in the lab grown section, but in terms of relativeness of that price point, it's still way less. So I think there will be a push towards like the more color stone centers or just fashion jewelry or colored diamonds, but it's not really gonna help in the natural side, I don't think, at least, but I could be wrong.
It's weird that when I remember the first when we first started selling lab and getting requests for them, they were all like, most of them were like in the SI range, and they weren't really like DEF.
They were like G color was
Yeah.
like the.
And so I'm wondering, and so now for the last year or two, it's like, they're all VS and they're all DE,
Exactly.
and I'm wondering if people are gonna like start coming in like, hey, can I get like a
Like a J color.
a J
or K
color?
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt they're gonna want to go down in clarity. That wouldn't make sense. But
That's definitely we've had that request before of
Yeah.
getting like a J color.
Mm.
That's the hardest stone to find, because they just don't have them in lab.
Yeah,
They're
no,
just
that's
not
right.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like a certified stone. There's just no one would make the J color or like see it and be like, oh, let me certify this and try and sell
Right.
it.
Yep.
It's just not going to move for them. So no one's been doing it. So the times we've gotten the request,
that's
it's like
crazy.
we can find something like kind of look through our stones and see like a weak color stone and send it to you, but we're not going to have anything certified for sure.
And what if but I guess there's probably easier to find like the actual yellow labs.
Yeah. That's all there.
But everything in between colorless and just straight up yellow is probably
Like JKLM is
Yeah.
just not there.
That's
like
crazy.
that faint hue is just not really there. Once you get to like fancy and like vivid yellow, those are there by any shape, any size now.
Sure.
But that like you said, that middle ground of like kind of faint yellow, I'm sure at the same time they will start coming about, because like you said, it's gonna come to the point where people start asking for it, and then once someone asks for it, then they start making it. It's that
Exactly.
simple with
Yep.
lab. Yeah.
Yep.
So that kind of helps for that aspect.
Well, we struggled to wade through some of the questions that were sent in, but Armaan, we have like 5 minutes left,
Yeah.
and I'm sure in your travels and in your visits to other stores, you have at least 1 or 2 funny stories.
Ooh, okay. I have a story. It's not necessarily funny, but it's a good story just
Okay.
for like a traveling road salesman.
Entertain us.
So I have a customer in Florida, and I go to the store pretty much like twice a year. Great people, great neighborhood that they live in, pretty close to Orlando. I'm not going to name drop, but it's close to Orlando. This time last year, I went to their store around October, and they do a little bit differently than most stores do, because a lot of people like you guys, you let me behind the counter, I can kind of open the stuff. I feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more safe, just kind of showing the product. They just do it a little bit differently, where it's like in the front of the counter. No, not, I mean, at some point it might get to that, but they do it in front of the counter. So basically, it's like I'm shopping almost, and like I have everything kind of. And the way I travel, it's like 2 bags, so everything's kind of open in front of me. Where like if someone were wanted what I had, they could just take it and go. So then one time I was doing that. I was just kind of showing them. I was in the zone, kind of focused on them, and there was a customer of theirs that came in and just started kind of looking over to like what we were looking at, and that always makes me uncomfortable because all of our stuff is tagged also as wholesale, and it's just kind of annoying.
Right. Yep.
And then as they were doing that, then they kind of disappeared from my view, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're gone. This is good. And then all of a sudden I hear like a little bit of rumbling, like a little plastic bags, just like,
oh, no.
And I'm like, dude, there's no way what I think is happening is happening. So I turn around and I'm like, sir. And then first of all, that was the biggest mistake. She was like, I am not a sir. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize for that, but can you please not touch that? This is like not part of the store stuff. And she's like, don't ever call me sir again. And then that, from her touching the merchandise, I became the one at fault. And at that point, I'd asked the owner, and she was like, Armaan, come to the back. And I was like, okay, I'm going to come, but can we just do this from now on? Can we not do this? And now, anytime I go in a new store, and they put me in front of the counter, I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I have a big fear of being on this side of the counter. Can you please bring me to the back?
Yes.
Because that was a terrifying moment for me, so I'm not doing that again. Because either I was going to get robbed or just beat up or something was going to go wrong. So I got to avoid that now. And it did, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Imagine being just a regular person who walks into a jewelry store, because you probably clients come in like once a year, sometimes once every 10 years, and they see just all these bags of jewelry. It's like, how could you? In their perspective, it's like, this is cool. I want to look at all this stuff, especially at these prices.
Exactly.
I'll take 2
and
of
she was
these.
looking at all like the tennis bracelet bags. So I'm like, she just picked the most expensive bag on that was possible. And that's always a big fear for us on the road. Is like someone's watching you, someone's kind of seeing where you're going, because it's like I'm sure I do similar route. I always change it up a little bit just in case someone is watching me. But that's the one thing that's always a concern. So that was the first time I'd been to that store at that time, and it was just kind of like a reality check. Like, oh shit, like people are a little bit like, not everyone's normal. Not everyone's going to give you your space. You kind of have to be more focused. And that was like the first time that was the only store that would keep me behind in front of the counter. So I never challenged it. But now after that, I'm like, dude, I never again I'm doing that, because that was just so scary.
That's weird. We have there is a couple of vendors, because they just have so much stuff where I keep them. We go to the side over there and it's by the door, but I think both of them that we do that with, they're like, it's all silver merchandise, and so it's not even live.
Exactly. It's like samples or live. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's diamonds, gold, and I know I'm going to look at like, just come on behind the counter and make yourself at home, even though we have no space. Well, with that said, we have to open a shop, and I have to go digging through Armaan's bags like a greedy customer. And hopefully make some purchases. And Armaan, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
I think, Brad, I'll speak for both of us that anytime, Armaan, you're in town, just get here early. We'll have you on, and we'll go a little bit. We could do it after hours, because we can always. Oh man,
that is true.
There are people outside.
I guess we can put like his contact information on this episode too. Like
that's up to
description.
You. Do you want me to put your email?
Put in the description. Yeah, put my email in the description. That's perfect. If anybody wants to reach out,
we'll put that up, or you can just message us directly, and we'll get you connected with Armaan. He's awesome. Armaan, thanks so much.
Oh, of course. And I will follow up with my managers on the sponsorship. So
I'm sure you will.
I'll get back to you on that.
If you do you got to do the voiceover for the ad.
That would be awesome.
The whole time you were talking, I'm like, this man has such a voice for radio.
He does.
Let's do it.
And a face for it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys can't see him, but he is the most handsome vendor we have. He is. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of Ben Schiller and Means podcast.
Bye, everybody.